2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harden out there with Brown. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Harris. And it's Claxton in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Jones in at the small forward spot. Now here's Griffin. The three from Harden. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Harden's got the first points up on the board here for Brooklyn.
And last season, we saw teams double and trap James Harden more than any other player in the league. As soon as he crossed half court, they did not want the ball in his hands.
Lillard against Harden. It's intercepted. And it's Harden slamming it down.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
Now here's Lillard. That's tipped. They recover it. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Zach Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. Griffin with the steal. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. And Harden with the stuff.
That's not the typical way Harden creates his own shot, but it's effective. Work hard on the glass and you'll get some easy buckets out of it.
Now here's Lillard to halt the run, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And all the trapping had to frustrate Harden, but whatever may come, he's going to make the right play.
Yeah, and he can, Jay, because he's not just a good passer. He's a great passer. He averaged over double digits assists the year they played him at point guard. He makes you pay for sending help.
Here is Harden. 7 points in the game. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Oh, the bearded one cannot be intimidated. No matter how much contact Harden takes, he'll still find a way to finish.
And the basket by Lillard.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
All right, it's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Now here's Harden. He's got 9. Six on the shot clock. But they recover it. Brown outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Powell for 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from D.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And he gets the bucket. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble from 3 and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard the three-point line.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
1:21 left in the first quarter of the game. Outside, KD. From deep. Portland grabs the miss.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And Melo, a skilled shooter, if he gets a clean look, you expect him to make it.
Outside Irving. The baseline J. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Perfect approach for what the D was showing on that possession.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland, trailing by 4. There's 37 seconds left here in the first quarter. And the pass to Cantor. McCollum against Dinwiddie. Count the basket.
You can't forget about McCollum from there, proving once again that he's not just a jump shooter.
Irving dishes to Durant. The 3. And Cantor pulls it down. And now Anthony pushing it up. No one back to stop him. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. It's on Kevin Durant.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Now here is Irving. Off target with the free throw line J.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first. And it seems like players are constantly changing teams.
As a team, as a unit, as a roster.
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the 2nd round a few years ago.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Portland, they've got Anthony. Also, Rondé Hollis-Jefferson out there. Enes Kanter is out there with McCollum, and it's Simons in at the point guard position. Now, here's Kanter. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 2 on the clock. McCollum, no good.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
Irving kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. Left side, Irving. He's off from 17 feet. Portland trailing here. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
McCollum is an aggressive shooter, solid ball handler, who effortlessly switches to his shooting motion instantaneously.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Irving's shot is good.
And Irving is a handful in the pick and roll. He has exceptional quickness, and he's a terrific decision maker.
Here's Simons. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Here's Durant. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
As lanky as he is, you would think it'd be easy to throw Durant around or off balance. But nope. Even with contact, he'll still finish.
Pass to Kanter. Back to McCollum. Kanter inside. He's against Jordan. Pass to McCollum. Here's Kanter. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Kanter's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Irving for 3. Nets with the new shot clock. Second chance shot. Again, the Nets for 2.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D struggling to keep up.
Dinwiddie against McCollum. There's 1:54 left now here in the second.
Yeah, you can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Irving surveying the floor. Stolen by McCollum. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Kanter. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. With the teardrop and the layup good by Irving. Irving's got 6 here in this quarter.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
1:12 left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to Kanter. Shot clock at 6. Here's McCollum. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Dinwiddie outside. Outside, KD. And the 3 ball is good. Durant's got 5 points so far.
And his shot, I mean, has come around. I mean, for most of the first quarter, it looked like he might be in for a long night.
We've got 33 seconds left here in the second. Count that one, and the Nets lead has been cut to just 1 on the basket from McCollum.
What a dead-eye McCollum is from that range. Such a tremendous feel for the mid-range jumper.
Dinwiddie passes to Irving. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the half. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 12.
Amazing confidence from Irving. He's so skilled at getting inside and getting the shot he wants.
The three from McCollum, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. What? Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Some good action during the period. That's all for now.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Joe Harris. Harden out there with Brown. Then there's Griffin. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists from him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Lillard's so focused, even from way outside. He knows he can still make these shots.
Harden outside. From 7. The kick out to Brown. It's three-pointers off the mark. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Nets on defense. Lillard dishes to Powell. Back to Lillard. 5 to shoot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
That's an unforced error that will drive a coach crazy. Got to play heads up out there.
Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Harden the pass to Brown. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. Harden the pass to Claxton. And Harris wide open. He shoots.
But this is not the start they wanted coming out of the break. 0 for 3 so far, and they're not playing with much intensity.
And there's the pass to Powell. Outside, Jones. Back to Powell for the lead. Up again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, when you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic, I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
Harden up top for by Lillard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And see, well, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite leading Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights.
Now here's Jones. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Nurkic. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's slammed in by Jones.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
Harden the pass to Brown. Back to Harden. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Harden's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Lillard the pass to Nurkic. There's a minute 40 left in the third. The 11-footer. And he lays it straight in. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Harden kicks to Harris. Back to Harden. He feeds it to Griffin. Misses from short range. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. .110 left to play in the third. Irving from long range. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. McCollum, no good.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Oh, man, you just want to go find some place to hide, man. It's almost impossible to miss that.
I love the offensive execution on that possession.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. He kicks it to Anthony. Back to McCollum. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Anthony dishes to Cantor. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's on Kevin Durant.
They are just killing him on the interior.
For Portland, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Now, here is Irving. 14 points for him. Again, Irving missing. Trailblazers leading by 3.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, no need to rush right here. Let the clock run a little, then execute your offense.
Here's Simons. Back to McCollum. Shoots over Dinwiddie. No good on the last second attempt there. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got Enes Kanter, Anthony out there with Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Then there's McCollum, and it's Simons in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's Simons. After the basket by Brooklyn, kicks it to Kanter, to the paint. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. The dish to Kanter, 6 to shoot. Simons, and right on target, good. Simons has got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
I understand we're seeing some high-powered offense, but you've got to put up a little more resistance than that.
Oh, yeah, they're expanding a ton of focus and energy at the offensive end, but at the defensive end, it is just the opposite.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
McCollum against Dinwiddie. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to McCollum. The 3. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
That's just a needless giveaway. They got to make the defense work for their turnovers.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Joe Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro, and it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie. Harden finds Irving. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Rising off the ground with such intensity. And when Nurkic is this close, he wants to slam it down.
Now here's Harden. It's Jordan on the wing. Back to Harden. And it's blocked. Outside for Durant. That misses, and a chance to tie it there. Trailblazers leading by 3. Lillard outside. This is to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Passes it to KD. On the wing, Harris. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Yep, that one goes.
He wants the ball. They want him to have the ball. And as usual, he comes through in the clutch.
Lillard against Harden. The pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. The feed to Covington. Kicks it out to Jones. Here's Lillard. And that one comes up a bit short. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Anthony's checked in. Harden against Lillard. Now here's Harden. Defense is right there.
As if there was any question, Harden with the big-time play.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Harden against Lillard. Shoots the three. Nurkic controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
Now, this is what you want from Nurkic. A fearless player who welcomes the chance to take important shots.
Here's Irving. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Lillard. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by the Nets.
Gets the look he wants and still no look. Tough night.
That one from long range. Durant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
When things get tough, you start to lean on your stars, and Durant always seems to come up with a clutch shot.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Good! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Now here's Durant. 4 on the clock. Nurkic with the steal. Lillard against Harden. Here's the three. Lillard outside. Count it!
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Back to KD. On deep. Misses the three. Ends with a big win by Portland in a tough. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Rip City. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have now the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3. And for Portland, they got Powell. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Lillard in at the 1. Now, here's Lillard. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it. Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Another miss by Middleton. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Got that one up quick.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Giannis. Lets it go with the 3. Kicks it down to Middleton. The tray. Milwaukee keeping it alive. The new 14.
Boy, the 5th time's the charm. That's a big basket there.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here is Lillard. There's the 3. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Lopez finds Middleton. From deep three-point range. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul. Stolen by Holiday. Middleton looking it over. There's the triple. Another miss by Middleton.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to 3-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Not a fast start for the Bucks, trailing by 5. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. A shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. That 3 off the mark.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
Lillard misses.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Now here is Holiday. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Milwaukee the rebound. And Antetokounmpo on the follow.
Hey, I've always said rebounding is timing and tenacity, but if you got long arms, that helps too, and the Greek Freak has plenty of reach.
Now here's Lillard, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Nurkic dishes to Covington. Jones, no one around him. Now the pass to Powell. Three-pointer, Lillard. No good there. So Milwaukee will take it the other way.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Covington with the steal. Pass to Lillard. Stolen by Holiday. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Holiday is running. Middleton for three. Rebounded by Covington.
Man, he's just pulled a Harry Houdini in this quarter. He's completely disappeared.
Powell finds Lillard over Middleton, and it's Lillard again missing.
He is 0 for his last however many this quarter, guys. Might need to get him out and let him settle down a bit here.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
16 feet away, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
A ragged start for him offensively, but he'll take it. It brings him to 1 of 8 from the field.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Holiday looking for an opening. Off target from outside. Portland leading by 5. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. They get it back. And they're on the break. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Drops in the tray.
Boy, when you've got the jump shot that Chris Middleton has, you're always a weapon, which means you help create spacing for your teammates.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Trailblazers out in front, up 2. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And earlier we checked in with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who had this to say.
The most important lesson that I got is that
all part of the process of achieving greatness.
Yeah, and most guys have had to go through it. MJ, LeBron, leading a team to a championship rarely happens early on.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. DiVincenzo against McCollum. Kicks it to Cantor. 4 on the shot clock. From 17 feet out. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Cantor. McCollum's got his second basket. Bucks trail by 4. Outside Holiday for 3. Middleton sinks the triple.
Man, it's obvious that Middleton has great confidence. I mean, you can just see it oozing out of him. He's so good at catching the defense off balance and knocking down the catch-and-shoot jump shot.
And here's McCollum for 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Middleton outside. Launches it. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. McCollum outside. To the inside. Cantor. Milwaukee with the rebound. Giannis has got 11 rebounds in the game. And Middleton kicks to DiVincenzo. Trying to get open as Lopez. Milwaukee keeping it alive. The new 14. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Shots good by Anthony.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
After a promising rookie campaign, a lost year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings, though, to the table.
And a wide open look for McCollum. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Middleton the pass to Holiday. Middleton outside. A 3-pointer, no good.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
From deep. And again, the Bucks miss. Trailblazers leading by 4. 46 seconds left in the first half. And that one, good.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
Teague feeling it out a bit. Down low. And that one's good from Connaughton. Connaughton's got his first points of the game.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Here's Simons. Teague covering. The 3 from McCollum. Here's Cantor. For the 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Here's Connaughton. Ripped away. Here's McCollum. So that'll be it for the first half. Fair. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even, and he doesn't get talked about that. And that's...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Bucks trail by 4. We've got Yusuf Nurkic, Robert Covington out there with Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Lillard in at the point. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Portis can't get it to go. And for Portland, they're shooting poorly, just 35% so far. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
The wide open look here for Holiday. Off target with his 3.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
You know, they've been the more up-tempo team, clearly. It's helped them gain the advantage in this one.
Kicks it down to Middleton. From downtown, it's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
Lillard, the pass to Pop. Three-pointer. They get it back. Fires from deep. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by Nurkic. And now it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Middleton outside. Pocket 6. It's stolen by Jones. And a deep three from Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line, not to it. Keep the pressure on.
That's a big donut, Coach, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
They get it again. Jones kicks the foul. Lillard, the pass to Covington. Shot clock at 6. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Nurkic can't hit. Bucks trail by 12. Holiday attacking for 3. Middleton drains it from beyond the arc. Middleton's got 12 in the game.
Finally get one to drop after starting the half with 4 straight clanks.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Lillard finds Nurkic, fires high post, and the rebound goes to Lopez.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Middleton outside, trying to get open as Lopez. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
And he's on his way to putting up a big 3-point total.
Lillard with it. 8 points for him. A minute 42 left to play in the third. Outside, Jones. 7-foot shot. He can't hit that time. Excellent D there from Holiday. Bucks trail by 6. Middleton outside. From past the arc. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Their 3-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
And Lillard kicks to Jones. Back to Lillard. Three-pointer. Good on the triple. Lillard's got 9 points in the quarter.
Yeah, the first half was one to deep 6 or forget. But in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
Passes it to Middleton. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Now Lillard, 11 points in the game. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
And so it's Portland holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll return shortly. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Brady, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in, is their defensive approach.
On the floor for Milwaukee, starting the fourth quarter. E.J. Tucker is out there with Portis. Then there's Teague, and it's Forbes in at the shooting guard position. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Trailblazers lead by 15.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Teague can't hit.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Releases. And it's Simons missing. Bucks trail by 15. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Portis can't get it to go. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Portland. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. To the middle. McCollum dishes to Cantor. Collins wide open. He fires. Cantor kicks to Collins. The wide open look here for Anthony. No good on the three. Milwaukee's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The shot's good from Forbes.
For a sharpshooter like Forbes, guys, getting points inside can only help him be more effective on the perimeter. It actually adds a step to his quickness.
There's the pass to Anthony. Takes a three. Hits it from three-point range.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, and T keeps defenders off balance, out of their comfort zone, and quite often because of that, he's able to draw fouls.
And so Teague gets 2 free throws.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Pass to Simons. Outside Collins. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his 4th foul of the contest. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And some changes here for the Bucks. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Three-pointer, Lillard drills it from outside. And the Trailblazers lead by 17.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And Holiday, here we go. And to Antetokounmpo. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one. Outside, Jones. Back to Lillard for 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. Lillard's got 18 points now here in the second half.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And another 3 for Portland.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Trailblazers.
And it may be a comfortable win for them, but they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Lillard.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
Just 4 to shoot. Lillard from deep three-point land. The Trailblazers rebound.
And that long rebound just falls right back into their hands. That'll reset the shot clock.
And the Bucks with possession. 17-point game. Shots good by Middleton.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Hits the three-point bomb. And the Trailblazers lead by 17. Middleton outside. Fires the three. And another three for Milwaukee.
Boy, that is a real weapon in Middleton's arsenal. I mean, when you hit a three on him, he wants that sweet revenge, and he's coming back at you.
Here is Lillard. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the Blazers couldn't have looked any sharper as they came through and the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka. And it's George in at the 2. And for Portland, Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Jones in at the 2-guard position. Now, here's Lillard. The pass to Hollis-Jefferson. 6 to shoot. Back to Lillard. He lobs it up. Plays it in off the pretty alley-oop. Indoors tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
Now, here is Ibaka. Passes it to Beverley. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And Portland with the ball. Lillard surveying the D.
Come on, box him out, man.
Nurkic the pass to Lillard. He kicks to Jones. Pass to Nurkic. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Beverley. Rebounded by Covington. Jones with George picks him up. And a deep 3 from Lillard. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. And it's the Clippers' ball.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Make no mistake, Paul George is a fierce finisher inside.
Lillard against Beverley. Back to Lillard. The dish to Nurkic over Ibaka. And he can't bank that one in. And Covington maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Inside, here's Covington. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Since Covington has arrived in the league, he has come such a long way in his overall game. Great interior work there.
Now here's Beverley. From deep 3-point range. And it's Portland with the rebound. Covington running the floor all by himself.
Well, you can see Covington's speed and transition opportunities. That was a nice job getting out in front.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. George dishes to Leonard. Jones against George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Shot clock at 5. Here's Ibaka.
Well, what you love about Serge Ibaka, yes, he has tremendous size and reach and great athleticism, but he plays his role to a T.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of this.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, this guy is such a physical presence. Kawhi, phenomenal at finishing on the post, possesses great touch and great length.
Now here's McCollum. 1:22 left in the first quarter. Powell, no one around him. A 3-pointer off the mark.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Kawhi's game comes with a measure of resolve as a scorer. Contact simply doesn't affect him as much as other players.
Here's Anthony. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. It's McCollum on the wing. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul, and it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. 55 seconds left in the first. And a wide open look for McCollum. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Jackson looking around. Pass to Zubac. In the corner, Kennard with it. Jackson against McCollum. Clock at 4. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
You know, no surprise to see the hoop and the harm. Melo with the beautiful touch.
Portland shooting their first free throw this game. That's good from Anthony. Here's Jackson. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Kennard on the wing. Shoots over Powell. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Portland out in front, up 4. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got Luke Kennard. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in a point. Now, here's Kennard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Powell, the pass to Collins. Back to Powell. The pass to Carmelo. And that one drops.
You know, just such a high percentage look, but with Melo, it's almost just a given. Tough to stop.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Zubac finds Jackson. Six on the shot clock. Back to Zubac. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now here's Powell. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. No good from outside. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles.
Well, Norman Powell, these last several seasons, has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season, much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
And so here are the Clippers. Portland making their last shot. Passes to Kennard. Leonard on the wing. Morris trying to free himself up. Can't get it to fall.
And with Powell, they rely on his shooting to open things up for everyone else.
Yeah, and for Norman Powell, he knows what he's about and welcomes that role. This is a guy who understands how to relocate in the midst of plays to create separation from defenders. He's always ready in catch-and-shoot situations.
Now Powell following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum. Powell finds McCollum. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Tries it again. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. To end the drought. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi. You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Lillard with no one around. Good on the three-point shot. Lillard's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Now here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Hollis Jefferson finds Lillard. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here, and Jones slams it home.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now, here is George. Rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers leading by 9. Three-pointer, Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Well, after hitting 0 from distance in the first, that's his second make this quarter.
George with the ball. And Beverly kicks to George. Nails the wide-open jump shot. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
Now here's Jones. Back to Lillard. And he makes the bucket, gets the... And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers up by a dozen here at the end.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. And that should...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Portland, we've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Then there's Derek Jones, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. Pass to Beverly, to the inside, and Batum kicks to Beverly. Outside for George. Pass to Mann. Lillard against Beverly, and Covington sends it back.
Tremendous anticipation from Robert Covington, sends it back.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Lillard's got 10 points in the game. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are three guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Now, here's George. Nailed from three-point land. 7 points in the game.
How about the range? I mean, that's big-time, limitless range. I'll tell you, you better check him when he steps over the line.
Beverly against Lillard. Down low, Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Beverly dishes to Ibaka. Outside for George. 5 on the clock, and Jones sends it back, and they get it back.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have, just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Kicks it out to Lillard. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. To the middle, here's George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
McCollum kicks to Powell. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. It's deflected.
Patrick Beverly, barely 6 feet. Send it back, young Patrick.
And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Boy, you have got to love the energy Paul George is playing with. Throws the hammer down.
McCollum against Beverly. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Clock at 6. Here's Powell. He can't get that one, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Man passes to Ibaka. Up and in on the layup.
Well, there's incredible height and reach and length and touch from the inside when we're talking about Serge Ibaka.
McCollum against Beverly. A good look from McCollum. Drops one in from the wing. McCollum's got 6.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
51 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Powell with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Collins dishes to McCollum. The pass to Powell. Just 5 to shoot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, he's so tough to defend without fouling. Melo puts the defenders in tough spots.
Both free throws good from Anthony. And here are the Clippers now. They trail by 16. Outside, George. Fires for three. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Wow, he looks like a completely different player in this half. He's found his rhythm.
Now McCollum passes it to Powell. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Powell's got himself on the board with three there. And again, the Clippers turn it over.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
With one on the clock, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers with a sizable lead as the... And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Trailblazers leading by 16, taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac, Reggie Jackson out there with Kennard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position. Anthony kicks to Powell. Shot clock at 6. Over Kennard. Offensive rebound. Cantor, the pass to Powell. And yes, it's good.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Outside Jackson. Nobody near Leonard. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
A three from McCollum. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
Jackson against McCollum. In the corner, Powell with it. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Stolen by Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the dunk by Zubac.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
McCollum against Jackson. Pass to Anthony. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. And good that time.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Leonard attacking. Now the pass to Kennard. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
That free throw good from Kennard. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Here is Lillard. A 3-ball. Kennard with the rebound.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Tries again. And it's Leonard missing. The Trailblazers have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Trailblazers.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
This team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Lillard.
What a selfless effort tonight. He's done such a great job finding guys in their appropriate spots.
Leonard hits them both.
How about Kawhi Leonard? How many guys in the history of their career can say, I was an NBA Finals MVP at 22 and then an NBA Finals MVP at 27? Simply incredible.
24 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Lillard from outside drills the three-pointer. And the Trailblazers lead by 13.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Stolen by Zubac. Here's Jackson. Banked in off the glass.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the crease.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Portland Trailblazers. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Damian Lillard out there with Derek Jones. And it's Covington in at the 3 spot. And looking at the Nets, they've got Joe Harris. Griffin is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. Now here's Lillard from the arc. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. On the wing, Harden. Back to Jordan. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Outside, Jones. Nurkic against Jordan. Back to Jones. 6 to shoot. Collins kicks to Lillard. Here's Nurkic. The rebound by the Nets.
And Blake Griffin, the combination of power and agility, that guy is a handful inside.
Yeah, Jay, he can finish with either hand. He favors that right block, and he's got an array of moves down there to keep you guessing.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. 4-point game. With some arc.
And Jordan's mere presence can affect shots. I mean, he's easily one of the league's premier shot blocking artists.
Out to Harris. Back to Griffin. Jordan trying to free himself up, and Griffin scores. The assist by Harris.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now here's Lillard. Over Harden. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Now, that was a long time coming. It took them 5 attempts to get their first bucket.
And stolen by Lillard. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. From outside the arc, it's good from long range.
A pick and roll master. You got to respect how decisive Lillard is. I mean, he often makes great decisions.
Harris outside. Pass to Jordan. Dinwiddie left side. Back to Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
Sets and slips with the best. I mean, DJ mastered pick and roll action back in his days with the Clippers playing with CP3.
Now here's Jones. The pass to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Using incredible balance and mobility for his position, Nurkic drives all the way to the rim.
Harden the pass to Dinwiddie. Jacks up a three. The second chance effort. And Harris wide open. He shoots. No good on the triple. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Lillard dishes to Collins. And he banks in the layup. Collins has got his second bucket.
Strong buckets like this help energize guys. I mean, Collins looking like no one can hold him there.
To the paint. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Luwawu is checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Brown in for Dinwiddie. Now here's McCollum. Powell with it, and it's Harden picking him up. And a wide open look for McCollum. Again, the Trailblazers score.
What a dead-eye McCollum is from that range. Such a tremendous feel for the mid-range jumper.
Now Harden launches a three. Claxton the pass to Harden. From deep. And Cantor pulls it down.
and that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Anthony, the pass to Canner. And Canner throws it down.
Embracing physical contact on the way up. Cantor seems to enjoy scoring right on the defense.
And here's Harden. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And still a close game as the first. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched a pump.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
Luwawu is out there with Durant. Then there's Brown. Then there's Irving. And it's Claxton in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. McCollum dishes to Powell. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. McCollum passes to Canner. Back to McCollum. Pass to Powell. Just 5 to shoot. And it's McCollum off the drive. Takes the 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Claxton. On the wing, Brown. Guarded by Powell. Shoots from the right block. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
No question, he got bumped on that shot. And drafted 42nd back in 2018 out of Miami. Bruce Brown has shown himself to be a rugged two-way guard.
Yeah, he's a second-round steal. He competes at the defensive end of the floor, and the shooting numbers are trending in the right direction.
Irving with the steal. One-on-one here. The Nets working the ball around now. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Durant.
There was a time when people said Durant didn't finish well through contact. Those days are long gone.
Irving from long range. That one doesn't drop. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's McCollum. And that one, good. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
Ooh, what body control from McCollum. This guy's just a scorer. He takes on all comers.
Irving passes to Luwawu. On the wing, Brown. Uncovered. And it's Portland with the rebound.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances easier than that.
Anthony's shot is off.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And it's Brown missing.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
McCollum finds Canner. McCollum outside. And the 3 off target. Nets trail by 3. Here's Irving. And the layup is good. Irving's got his first basket.
Out in the open court. Irving's just too quick, too shifty to contain.
Powell dishes to McCollum. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. With a step back. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Credit the D for not giving up on that play. He's a tough cover down low.
Poked away. Taken away by Anthony. Here's McCollum. Anthony left side. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up In a preseason game, we played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Down low, Durant with the steal. Puts up a 3, sinks the three-pointer. Durant's got 5 points so far.
Plays like that are what make Durant impossible to guard. You just can't deal with this pull-up jumper.
Pass to Cantor. Back to McCollum. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. 8 points for C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Outside Irving. There's the pass to KD. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. So it's Portland now. They lead by 4. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jones, the pass to Covington. Lillard outside. Clock at 6. Inside. It's tipped. Dinwiddie with the steal. So the wing on the left. That's tipped. It's stolen by Jones. 1 second left. No good on the shot. And that's it for the first half of action. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Their biggest deficit was 6 points. And that'll...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Jones is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Covington in at the small forward. Here's Lillard. After the basket by Brooklyn, Collins finds Lillard. That's good from Collins on the assist by Lillard. Collins has got 6.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Harden with it. 5 points in the game. Pass to Dinwiddie. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. And a minute played as the second half gets going. And the basket by Harden. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. A 2-point game. Outside, Jones. Back to Lillard. Lets the 3 fly. A putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got his second basket of the game.
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
A shot by Harden. Wide open. Misses the 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Kicks it out to Lillard. This one for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Now it's a 7-point Trailblazer lead.
Well, there's never going to be hesitation from Lillard on his catch-and-shoot opportunities. His confidence through the roof on those.
Here's Dinwiddie, and Jones sends it back, and they're able to recover.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
It's his first trip to the line. That free throw good from Griffin.
And a big boost to his offense. Griffin's improved shooting consistency from long range, from mid-range, from the line.
Now, here's Lillard. He has 6. Fires the 3. But he recovers it. Left side, Collins. And a miss there on the triple.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And the basket by Harden. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Covington finds Lillard. Now Jones. Dinwiddie covering. Well, here we go with Griffin. Nobody back there. And finished off by Griffin.
Oh, we've seen this before, from Griffin. His dunking ability is off the charts.
Harden against Lillard. 1:57 left here in the third quarter. Griffin with the steal. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Outside Griffin. Jordan inside, working on Nurkic for the lead. The shot by Jordan, no good. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Three-pointer, Lillard. Doesn't go for him. So Brooklyn will take it the other way.
They haven't needed him as much as I thought they would tonight.
That gives them the lead. Harden's got 8 points in the quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
1:12 left in the third quarter. Kicks it out to Jones. Lillard against Harden. Nurkic trying to get open, and it's Lillard missing.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. He cannot get his shots to drop.
To the inside. Nurkic with the steal. Lillard against Harden. To stop the drought. Back to Covington from deep. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard against Harden. Lillard attacking and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Outstanding quickness. It keeps the D on their heels. He excels at drawing the foul on these drives.
Both teams will make substitutions.
Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Irving surveying the floor. Offline with his 3. Portland leading. And Lillard kicks the foul. Lillard outside. Hollis Jefferson passes to Carmelo. Misses. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Trailblazers lead by. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Brown out there with Irving, and it's Durant, and it's Luwawu in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That is his first foul of the game. McCollum outside. Kicks it to Powell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's good. Now Irving. KD looking around. From the top of the key. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
Now here's McCollum. That one goes in. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
To the middle. Here's Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
This is what a leader does. Irving, good at sharing the wealth and getting his teammates going.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Passes it to Powell. KD against McCollum. Here's Cantor. It's hauled in by Claxton. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Durant does such a good job of getting high percentage offensive plays. I mean, you can see that over the years.
Here's McCollum after the made shot from KD. And here's McCollum. Here's Powell. And he makes that one. We've seen some great competition in this one.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another.
Now here's Irving. Lays it up off the glass.
I admire the confidence of Irving, always on the attack, superb at penetrating towards the rim.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Cullen passes to Powell. Feeds it to Carmelo. Shot clock at 6. Cantor trying to free himself up. They get a hand on it. For Brooklyn, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. And that one drops for him.
When you need a big bucket, you were looking for Durant every chance you get. He has delivered so many times in that situation.
Powell kicks to Anthony. Powell, the pass to McCollum. It's good.
Love the poise of McCollum. He looks comfortable shooting in crucial moments of the game.
Pass to KD. Back to Irving. Good work there as it goes.
Oh, man, you got to appreciate the poise of Irving. He's always composed, especially on important possessions.
And the pass to McCollum. To the inside. Count that one.
Oh, man, challenging the defense inside with the pass. That's just good ball movement.
And now we've got the intentional foul. So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And James Harden has subbed in for Bruce Brown. Now here's Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Harden defines the word clutch, and this is Clutch City. The number of ways in which he scores in these moments, just incredible.
And Lillard gets double teamed. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Nurkic.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Now here's Harden. Jordan high post. Back to Harden. The coach's challenge has been issued. Post game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. This game is close, and he told his players, hey, guys, this is when it's fun, right? This is a close game, and this is when you get to show what you're made of. Right here, right now. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
You tell me, how do you defend that? Hard to strength and command of the Rockets. It's almost unfair.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're down by 2. 3 seconds left in the game. Lillard from outside. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. It's the NBA on 2. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Robert Covington, Damian Lillard out there with Norman. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Jones in at the 3 spot. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5. That's a 2 from Lillard, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Now here's Giannis. The kick out to Holiday. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
And what a special player Antetokounmpo is, sharing the sugar there. The vision he showed, nice job finding the open man.
DiVincenzo against Powell. The pass to Nurkic. He dishes it to Lillard. The three. Milwaukee with the rebound. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Antetokounmpo against Covington. And he comes up with the deuce.
Just a lovely touch on that little flob from Antetokounmpo. You know, that's a nice little shot to have in your repertoire. This guy is the full and total package.
Now here's Lillard. Pass to Covington. Good D by Holiday. And so Holiday will bring it up for Milwaukee. It's a three-point game. Middleton on the wing. It's stolen by Jones. One-on-one here. On the wing, Jones. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Covington with the bucket.
Man, I like the guts from Covington there. I mean, definitely getting bodied a little on the shot, but still keeps his focus and gets it to go down.
Now here's Giannis. Kicks it down to Middleton. No good with the triple. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And the basket by Jones. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. Lillard outside. The long distance three is buried. Lillard's got 5 now.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Passes it to Giannis. To end the run. And it's Portland with the rebound. Here's Lillard. He's got 5. Back to Powell. 6 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Lopez with the steal. Floats it up for Giannis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts.
Now here's Powell. No points in the game yet for him.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the dunk by Giannis.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide-open man.
Lillard with no one around. Portland no good that time either.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
To the paint. And the dunk by Giannis.
You know, he attracts a lot of attention, and Lopez making the most of it there to set his teammate up with an open look.
Holiday against Lillard. From the arc. Up again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
Here's Holiday after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. The shot's good.
He is so tough to deal with inside. Lopez just too big and too skilled.
Lillard surveying the D. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is...
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Milwaukee.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
On the floor for Portland, Anthony is out there with Collins. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. Anthony finds Kanter. Now, here's Collins. Outside Anthony. Pass to McCollum. Kanter. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. Milwaukee in the lead. 3-on-3. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Here's Kanter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Bobby Portis.
And, you know, Kanter can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
Now, here's Teague. Inside, 11 feet away, Portland grabs the miss. Kanter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Simons. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Kanter finds Anthony. A step-back shot here. It's rebounded by Portis. The Bucks have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Here's Connaughton, and that one is hammered home.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. And there's a minute 45 left in the first half of basketball. There's the pass to Kanter. Back to McCollum. And it's all evened up.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Teague with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Pass to Connaughton for the 3. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got his 5th rebound in this one. A 3 from McCollum. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And now a 3-point Portland lead.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Outside Teague. Here's Nora, covered by Anthony. Nora, the pass to Portis. Shot clock at 2. No good again that time.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And here's McCollum for 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Connaughton passes to Nora. Stolen by McCollum. And here's the fast break. Cantor inside. Working on Portis. Back to Anthony. Portland moving the ball around. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Again, McCollum missing. And some good action.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were never able to get the lead above 4. And that'll...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the small forward position. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Outside Covington. From outside, off the mark. Bucks trail by 3. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
The three-pointer is right on target.
Outstanding handles from the clever guard. Lillard crafty with it in his hand and can create for anybody.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. 8 points for him. Middleton outside. Shoots the 3. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Middleton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Lillard against Holiday. Lillard outside. Covington down low. Antetokounmpo defending. 13 feet away. Not enough on that one as it misses.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Lillard finds Powell. To the inside. Here's Covington. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Covington's got his second bucket of the game to go. Bucks trail by 3. Outside Holiday. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Back to Giannis. Shot clock at 5. Here's the teardrop. And the layup is up and in. Antetokounmpo's got 12.
And with each season, Antetokounmpo continues to polish up his post game. He's got such a nice high release on the shot, and at his size, virtually impossible to block it.
Now here's Lillard. 8 points for him. Kicks it out to Jones. Back to Covington, taken away by Holiday. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. A miss that time would have put him up. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. They lead by 1. It's Powell on the wing. Off target from three-point range.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
On the wing, Giannis. Defended by Covington. Nurkic with the steal. Lillard fires away from way outside. Portland no good that time either. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Antetokounmpo. Rebound by Nurkic. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Lillard from outside. He doesn't hit that one. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Throws it up high, and Jones sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
Guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Now here's Middleton. DiVincenzo finds Middleton. They now take the lead. Middleton's got 5 points so far.
Presence of mind, really important. You know, this game is more mental than physical. And Middleton is a guy who stays in the moment. He's exceptional at knocking down a good shot off a good pass.
Cantor dishes to McCollum. 6 to shoot. Here's Anthony. The putback, and Cantor able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Outside Holiday. This one for 3. No good. Shot missing. And McCollum puts up a deep 3, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, they've got Ennis Cantor. Anthony is out there with Collins. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at point. Now here's Teague. The 3. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Down low, it's stolen by Teague. Now the Bucks moving it up. A nice shot by Tucker.
And sometimes it's simply a matter of effort. Tucker outworking people in transition.
Portland trailing here. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. McCollum outside. He kicks to Cantor. McCollum trying to get open. That's good from Cantor on the assist by McCollum.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Teague the pass to Portis. Pass to Forbes. Now Teague from downtown. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 8 rebounds in this game. And here's McCollum for 3. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Portis.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Out to the right wing. Here's Mora. Hands it from downtown. And the Bucks lead by 2.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I mean, they're showing a bunch of fortitude here, keeping this game tight.
Here's Simons. To the paint. Here's Anthony, and it's blocked. Here is Forbes. Lets the three fly. Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Cantor's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers. Teague feeling it out a bit. From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Teague's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Cantor. Back to McCollum. From outside the arc. But they'll get another chance. And Cantor able to finish. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
And his teammates love it. Cantor taking charge on a huge possession. You can just see him brimming with confidence, not afraid of the big moment.
There's Portis. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
McCollum outside. The pass to Cantor. Back to McCollum. Looking to get back on track here. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
And when it matters most, the coach has the confidence that McCollum will deliver.
And he commits the intentional foul. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. .59 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here is Antetokounmpo in the corner. Middleton with it. 5 on the clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Giannis, no good. And it's Jones with the ball for the Trailblazers. Lillard way outside. Trailblazers keep it alive. Kicks it out to Jones. To take the lead. Lillard outside. They shoot again. Money! A huge shot to tie it up.
Boy, and just look at what Damian Lillard is doing.
Holiday. Here's the lob to the hoop.
Man, Holiday puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Often it's with his scoring, but right there, making a play for someone else.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're behind by 2. 1 second left in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
And with under 2 seconds remaining, that they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass here, but they want to try for a 3 off the inbound play and go for the win. Definitely doable.
That's a 2 from Lillard. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. And it was quite a display as the Trailblazers arrived at the arena. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. Hyundai Hollis Jefferson out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. And for the Clippers, Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, down low. Now here's Lillard. Nurkic in the post, defended by Ibaka. Batum with the steal. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. George passes to Jackson. And stolen by Lillard. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Batum grabs the miss. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Here's George. And a miss there off the inbound.
Ooh, the defense gets away with a late rotation. That's a shot he normally makes.
Jones kicks to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
And get out of the way. Nurkic drives with tremendous physicality.
Outside, George. Jackson looking it over. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Collins checked in for Robert Covington. And Portland has possession. Outside, Jones. Back to Lillard. Now, Hollis Jefferson. Lillard finds Hollis Jefferson. 5 to shoot. Lillard attacking. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
If the keys to your offense are in Lillard's hands, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Check out how well he runs the pick and roll there. That's just a perfect way to play.
Now here's Jackson. Ibaka outside. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
And Lillard kicks to Jones. Jackson against Lillard. Collins passes to Nurkic. Great D that time from Batum.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Jackson misses.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
It's stolen by Ibaka. And Cousins kicks to Jackson. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got two terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Back to Lillard. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Paul George.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
Here's Batum, and Batum throws it down.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Lillard against Jackson. Yes, that goes in.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Jackson with it. To the middle. And there's Paul George on the assist by Jackson.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Lillard surveying the D. Bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Outside, George. To the inside, Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
That's a well-timed play, well executed, and Serge, a quick, powerful roller to work with.
Here is Lillard. He has 5. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Lillard. Over Jackson.
Tremendous defense. Reggie has the quickness to stay on the ball and the long reach to affect the shot.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers.
I know that when the main guy.
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
On the court for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Anthony. And it's McCollum in at the point guard.
And how about the stingy defense there to deny that pass?
Morris kicks to Beverly. Kicks it out to Leonard. And the pass to Morris. Taken away by Anthony. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. That one fall. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. Three-pointer. Drains the three-pointer. Leonard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Now here's Powell. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
And really inside the paint is where Kanter thrives. His dominant approach lets him just own that space.
McCollum against Beverly. Morris inside. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Covington. One-on-one here. Powell, no one around him. Portland with a new 14. Launches it. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
McCollum, no good. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
The nuances that Kawhi has added to his game. That time, the little up fake.
Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. And the basket by McCollum.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And that one's good. Beverly's got the lead back up to 4 now for the Clippers.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Kanter kicks to McCollum. Back to Kanter. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And how about the toughness of Kanter? Outstanding at keeping his composure and just finding a way to capitalize.
And Portland making a change here. Collins checked in for Robert Covington. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Anthony. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for McCollum. Now here's Beverly. Outside Leonard. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first half. Just 5 to shoot. Beverly for 3. And Kanter pulls it down.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
That puts them in the lead. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame, assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Kanter kicks to Lillard. From past the arc. Connects from three-point range. Now it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were never able to get the lead above 4. Well, and that should...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got DeMarcus Cousins. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Batum, and at the 3 side. And Jones slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now, here is George. And then George with the jam.
Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
On the wing, Jones. Collins finds Lillard. Back to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
Here's George. The Blazers getting the bucket. Good on the triple.
When we talk about George's confidence, when you have that kind of range, you should be confident.
Lillard outside. Jones against George. Jones kicks to Lillard. Portland needs to get off a shot. Nurkic can't hit.
Hard to create space in that mid-range area. He would have been better passing that off.
Inside, here's Ibaka, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft. First on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
Wow. And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Outside Jackson. Lobs it up for Ibaka.
And if you're the defender, you have to respect the ability of Jackson to finish. That opens things up for the assist.
Outside, Jones. Ibaka against Nurkic. And then Jones with the jam.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Now here's Jackson. Outside, George. Steps back and fires. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
And here's Jackson after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. George with no one around. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
Lillard outside. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. McCollum against Jackson. 5 on the clock. Covington down low. Jackson on him. And Covington with the basket on the assist by McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game. George against Powell. And George, here we go. That shot's off. He's made half and missed half of his 8 shots.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Beverly wide open. Off target from three-point range. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back right after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, we've got Anthony. Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's McCollum, and it's Powell in at the shooting guard. Here's Kanter, and Portland again with the bucket.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. That's a thing of beauty.
And the Clippers call time here.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
Can't let Kennard get this close. Once you do, he's going up with it. Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around.
Powell, the pass to Kanter. Powell down low. Kennard covering. Powell, that's good.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
Zubac kicks to Beverly. Kennard against Powell. Kennard, the pass to Zubac. He sinks the 11-footer.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
McCollum dishes to Anthony. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile one block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Here's Beverly. Pass to Zubac. Back to Beverly. It's up a three. Portland grabs the miss. Kanter's got his fourth rebound in this one.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Clippers trail by 7. Here's Kennard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Kennard's got 5 points in the quarter.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
McCollum kicks to Cancer. Kicks it out to McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And Portland making a change here. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard subbed in for C.J. McCollum. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Nurkic with the steal.
Yeah, tough entry pass. You want to kick the ball down low, but you have to be crafty about how you do it.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
No, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
And it's George finishing it off.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
Trailblazers leading by 3. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Hollis Jefferson passes to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
Pass to Nurkic. 1:09 left in the fourth quarter of this one. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. And Ibaka kicks to George to tie it up. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lillard misses.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Offensive rebound, Jackson. Outside, Batum. Outside, George. That doesn't go either for George. We got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Jones. Now the pass to Nurkic. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Big moment at the line. As poised as you get, this thing is done.
George looking around. Second shot opportunity. And so it's Portland winning this one. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was.